Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is back, man. It's like the Avengers, the Age of Ultron, and Voltron, and Captain Planet. All of us, your Power Rangers. What was the Power Rangers called when they all got Megazord? Is that what it was? We here, baby. We're all up in the building today, man. I can't wait to get into this show, guys, but we have to go through some formalities. Here's the cool thing. I can just pop the image up here, right? I don't have to put them all up there line by line. It would help better if I got to the right screen. But guys, if this is your first time here, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. There it is. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on your notifications so you know exactly when we are going live here on YouTube. This is YouTube. All right. Also, give us a follow on some of our other social media handles. We have Twitter and Snapchat. That is Nothing But 9ERS. We have Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitch. That is Nothing But Niners. You see it right there in the graphic at the top. You guys can check out the website. It's www.nothingbutniners.com. And then the email is there, nb9ers@nothingbutniners.com. I am 49ers Mike _NFL. Over here on this side is Breezy. He is Wayne Breezy. Over there beyond him is my guy Nick. He is 49er Faithful 365. Below me is my guy Brian. He is, I'm going to mess this up, STAR_9R. Did I get that right? I think I got that right. And then over there, down on that side, over there in the corner is Tony NJ Niner fan 499. Fellas, what's going on, man? How we doing, man?
It's morphin' time. That's
where my dogs at.
Let's go, man. I like the energy. Man. B, you take yourself off mute. Tony, what's up?
What up? What's going on? I'm sorry I'm quiet over here. I just got a new laptop. I'm messing around with it.
Man, you always quiet.
He was even quiet in pregame show. I was worried about it. Okay, Tony's stepping up. When are you going to be doing the shows from that?
Trying to figure out how to work the damn thing.
All you do is push. You put.
Come on, man. It's easy.
You go to the StreamYard. You select FaceTime camera, and blah, you on.
Yeah, but it's not working. It says I need a certain browser.
Oh, you got to go download.
Download Google Chrome.
Google Chrome. Download Google
Chrome. See, it's Apple problems. I don't have those problems on mine. I just pop right in and boom, I'm there. See what I'm saying? You Apple people.
Yeah,
man.
but you also went through like 7 phones in the last 5 days. So
I was exchanging my phone. We back in business.
Nah, son. Nah.
I broke my phone on 4th of July. Are we starting a show like this? Brian, how you doing, man? I'm not doing this.
Hold up, Brian. You did this, Mike. You said, Apple products. Listen, let's talk about how your microphone don't work on certain browsers, and now you finally got it to work.
See, what happened was...
Yeah.
Brian, how you doing, baby? What's going on, man? What's going on?
See, what happened was...
What had happened was...
Yeah, that's the famous end line, bro. See, so what happened was...
What had happened was... You got to
throw the extra hat in there.
What had happened was...
Right.
Yeah.
So everybody's good. Are we ready to talk about this game, man? Listen, man.
I am legendary.
Oh, there we go, man. Turn it up over there. It's tapping in that Quan. You better be careful because Nick don't really like Quan this year, so he might boot you, man. You better be careful.
I don't have to like Quan to say that shit.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Let's go. Y'all cursing already? Wow.
Breezy was mad that he didn't pop the cork. I know it. I know what it is. I see it.
I'm a lover, not a cursor, baby. Only time I get mad is when you ask me the same question 15 times.
You ready to start the show?
Let's go.
Yo, the only time I get mad is when his face is up in there like, you're not listening to me.
That happened one time, and they never gonna let it down.
Bro, it happened one show, but like 50 times.
Tony got my back. Say something, Tony. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yo, Tony got a new toy, man. He ain't gonna pay us no attention, bro. This whole episode.
No, I shut it off now.
We're gonna jump into the show, guys. We have a lot to discuss. Actually, we got some positive news on the injury front. We got some negative news. We found out who our backup quarterback is going to be. Jimmy Garoppolo was confirmed to be the starter. Where are you guys going to start? We got pressures to break down. We got to get to this game and the opponent that we're going to be facing up against in this Harvard quarterback. Right? Where do you guys want to start? We want to start with the not breaking news, but the latest news, the roster moves.
Yeah, let's start there.
All right. So I think it's official now. Those two players have gone to IR, right? Kwan Williams and I'm blanking.
Ziggy Ansah.
Ansah, that's right. Ziggy Ansah.
Ziggy Ansah wasn't the answer.
Come on, Nick. He got injured, bro.
That's a good dad joke. That's a good dad joke.
That is a good dad joke, man.
I see what he did there.
Look,
Okay.
I'm 40 years old, bro. I'm up there, so I'm coming out with the dad jokes.
Ziggy Ansah wasn't the answer. All right, Nick. I get it. I see what you did there, man. It's cool. I appreciate it, man. All right, so those two guys go down. Who came up? Who was brought up?
Alex
Barrett.
Yeah, Alex Barrett.
And that's it, right? Shanahan said that he's trying to bring in someone else, but he's going to wait a couple of days.
Right.
He has till tomorrow, 1 p.m., to be honest.
Taylor will get elevated. We know that because Quan's out.
Well, I thought Taylor already played.
He did play, but he went back down to the practice squad.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
Shout out to Jamar Taylor, who came in and got the shark sack, too, by the way. Let's go.
Right. Well, that's what I'm wondering. Why would they even put him back on the practice? What was the purpose?
They didn't know what Kwan's, I keep calling him the same name. They didn't know his status.
Right. And they elevated him. They didn't promote him, so they had to go back. Even if they want to promote him, he has to return to the practice squad and get a deal first.
Got you. Okay. All right. So that's it for the injuries and the roster moves. We have not yet officially heard Richie James return to the 53. What's up with that? What's the pause with that? Anybody have any ideas why Richie James taking so long to get here?
Well, they just opened the practice window for him, so they still have that, I think, week or so.
3 weeks, I think it is.
You guys like this view better?
21 days.
No, I like
this view.
Back. Okay, never mind.
Well, I like. Well, let's vote. We got 5 people here. Won't be no ties tonight, baby. Except for Tony, you cannot say I don't care whichever one you want. That's how we end with a tie. So let's vote on the view. Do we like this one here, or do we want to do this one? You guys pick.
I like that one.
So you like option B.
I like widescreen.
A.
Yeah.
Brian likes option A. Nick and Tony, what's up?
It doesn't matter to me.
The one thing I said.
He just said don't say.
I like this one. This one's good. Like this.
Boom. That's 3. That's what we need.
Wait. The problem is what happens if you pull up like a banner? Does it shrink? Like yeah. All right. I see what it does. Okay.
It's good. Plus, you two are closer together. Oh, we're brothers. All right. No, I'm not doing that. All right. So, what were we just talking about? I didn't mean to click that. What were we just talking about? I'm sorry.
Richie James.
Why isn't Richie James active yet? What's up? What's going on with him?
Well, like Tony said, he just got activated for that practice window, so they got a certain amount of time to see, when he's going to be on the roster. So he's actually activated. It's just that practice window is open, which I believe is 21 days.
Well, I mean, he can be there for 21 days, and then they have to decide to actually
They have up to 21 days to decide.
Yeah. So okay, all right. So we'll see what happens with him. I don't know what's taking so long. This is the second most puzzling injury on the entire roster. You guys want to take a guess what the first most puzzling injury is on the roster?
Richard Sherman.
Is it new?
No, I don't have any questions about Richard Sherman's, but it's another one. It's another DB.
Oh, Emmanuel Mosley.
Yeah.
Like the concussion. This is the longest concussion I've ever heard in my life.
Well, there was a tweet put out the other day that said something about Mosley wasn't doing too well or something. It was concerning.
Oh man,
with the concussion.
Quan must have hit him with a forearm chop or something, because he runs in the
needed it, wasn't it?
I don't know.
No, that was him and Tart that ran into each other.
I thought it was him and Quan.
Yeah. I thought when Tart hit, his knee hit him in the head, in Mosley's head.
I thought it grazed the helmet. If that, jeez.
I thought it was his arm. I remember the play. I don't remember the contact on it, but this is a long ass time to be in concussion protocol. We know that there's strenuous tests they have to do and take, and then it also depends on. Well, I don't want to say that. Those days in the NFL are over. We've heard stories from veterans talking about how their concussion test was, all right, say this, and then they would get it completely wrong. They'd be like, all right, you're good enough to go? All right, let's go. Get your helmet and go. It's clear that those days are long gone, right? But I want to give it to you guys. Are we concerned about Emmanuel Mosley? Let's go with Brian and Tony, and then we'll get back up to this top row up here. Are you guys concerned? Like, is our alarms going to go off? Remember Javid Best. I use him because it happened against the Niners, and he never played football again. So that's why I continue to use Javid Best. It was the longest concussion I had ever seen. I think it happened in like week 8, and then he was just gone for the rest of the year. So are you guys concerned about our young cornerback in a contract year, by the way, Emmanuel Mosley?
I'm concerned for his health, but I'm not concerned that until we hear otherwise, I don't think that we have anything to be overly concerned with long term.
Right. Okay.
I think anytime you deal with a concussion, it's scary. So you have to be concerned with that. But I mean, this team's very tight-lipped with things, so you really don't know what the truth is coming out, actually what's going on over there. So, I mean, it is scary, but you just have to trust their doctors and their medical staff to make the decision. And hopefully it's the right one. So if he's out, he's out. Obviously, there's something wrong, so I'm good with that.
Yeah. All right. Guys up top, man, anything to add to that? I mean, he's talking about the injuries, but like you said, you always have to be concerned with head injuries here. We're not trying to make light of the situation, but is this something that are we worried about it lingering on? I guess is how I should have phrased the question.
Look, I mean, concussions are known to last months. Like, to be honest with you, it just depends. I mean, there's tons of different symptoms for concussions, right? There's obviously migraines, headaches, vomiting, vision. There's a ton of things, motor use. And if you have one of those things, it could just linger on. So look, this obviously is an issue, right? Because I think it's 6-day protocol normally for a concussion in the NFL. This is a cause for concern, but not for him coming back to the team. But like Brian said, his own personal health. What symptoms is he having? We don't know that. Is he having to where he can't sleep and vomiting or migraines or whatever it is? Look, we know what CTE is right now, right? In the NFL and what it's caused. And, the NFL has gone to be more precautious of how they handle concussions. So I'm not worried about it as per the team, but I'm worried about it for him, as like Brian said, him and his health in general.
Breezy, anything to add to that, man?
Nah, man, it's pretty much spot on, B. I'm just worried in general. Him, team, everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm not worried about the team. I think that they'll be okay in his absence.
Absolutely,
we're getting some guys back and healthier. That's what Brian was alluding to. But it is concerning about him. And I hate to be this guy, but it's concerning for his future. The more time he missed, the less film he puts out there, the smaller that paycheck is going to be, whether it be from the Niners or someone else. The one thing you don't want to do is go into your free agency period off of an injury. They're going to that you lose so much money. So it's imperative for this young man to get back out there and be healthy. All right. Now, speaking of healthy, let's flip to some guys who we got coming back. And we're going to start with the most important position in all of football, and that is the quarterback, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy Garoppolo is returning back to the sack. Pause. He is there and ready to get under center, put his hands in the nuts, grab the ball, and deliver some big blows to the defense. Yeah, I said all that on purpose.
Let's just hope the center's manscaped.
This is not a manscaped portion.
we never know. I know.
I keep y'all on your toes. I got one planned. I'm not going to tell y'all what I'm springing on y'all. That's just going to come out naturally. But how are we feeling about Jimmy Garoppolo, guys? Do we think that this is what we need? Like this is a good thing, right? Jimmy Garoppolo back. Yay, let's go.
Very good thing.
What will that be?
Said it's a very good thing. I'm not really excited about his backup, but it is what it is.
Oh, we're gonna get there. Don't jump ahead now. But I want to talk about Jimmy. See, I almost took the bait. Jimmy Garoppolo is back, man, and the team desperately needed him. So let me ask you guys this question. Last week, same offensive line, same everybody else except Jimmy Garoppolo. Do you guys think we won that game last week? Tell me the truth.
Yeah, well, yeah, because Jimmy makes that pass to start the game off. Both those passes.
I think we win because Jimmy gets rid of the ball quicker.
Right.
So we talk about how bad the offensive line play, and they play bad. I just think Jimmy would have been able to make those quicker throw plays and reads to some of those wide receivers. So yes.
Yep. Tony, any words to add? I mean, I see you shaking your head, but that doesn't show up.
Yeah, I think if Jimmy was in there, we'd definitely win that game for multiple reasons. And I know this isn't the film breakdown of previous week, but if Jimmy was there, it'd be a different game.
Yep, I agree. I completely agree. Nick, what about you, man?
Yeah, 100. I mean, definitely agree. For tons of reasons that were said. Wayne already said release. Brian said he'll make those throws. And I don't think I don't know. He's made some tricky, scary throws in his career, but I don't think he makes some of the ones that he did as that Nick Mullins made. And what I'm saying is like maybe the one that he got hit on with the throw where he shouldn't have thrown it, but maybe Jimmy pulls that in. So,
right. And then more importantly than that, I don't think people are questioning how bad our offensive line is this week, because from what I saw and from what we gathered from offensive line who spoke this week, it turns out Mullins wasn't in the right place all the time. Meaning when he dropped back, you're supposed to move and navigate the pocket a certain way. And Mullins didn't do that. I'm not saying that he was thrown under the bus, but some of those guys said, people who know, the people in charge and the people who know that I was doing my job and I was where I was supposed to be.
And that's why in Trent Williams' presser, he said he only had one mess up.
He said four, but still,
he said I could count on one. He said he had one. But no, seriously, he was saying that, some people just weren't in their right spots, but he was where he needed to be, according to his coach. Right. He did throw the coach in there. So, yeah. I did want to add, damn it, Nick, I had something to add, then you kept talking. Oh, man. Never mind. Keep going.
I'm sorry. Like, I didn't even say shit. Look at Nick's face. I barely said
it was something about Jimmy. Throws.
He'd never had a high ankle sprain before.
No, it was just something about Nick saying how he makes those throws or something like that. Anyway, it'll come back to us at some point in the show.
When I said that we've seen him make some scary throws.
My man, Nick, you are on point. Also, Jimmy could throw interceptions and throw 4 touchdowns in the same game. So
right.
That's the biggest difference between a Jimmy Garoppolo mistake and a Nick Mullins mistake. That's the difference between a starting quarterback mentality and a backup.
You know what?
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely see Mullins played scared after that whole fact. But Jimmy usually is on fire after he throws an interception.
So we're saying he needs to throw at least 1 or 2 in this game against Miami, right?
Nah, I'm not.
He doesn't need to throw any.
I'm not doing that.
It's a different Jimmy when he does, though, baby.
Yeah, I'm not doing that, though. Okay. No, I'm good.
I made that prediction 2 weeks ago or 3, whatever it was. I'm not doing that again.
I just got chills from Breezy, man. That's incredible. You said something that I never You said he'll throw an interception, but he'll throw 4 touchdown passes in that same game. And that's the difference between a backup quarterback and a starter. Bro, I legit got you. I was going to put him up on the camera, but we this big right now, so I'm not going to do it. But, bro, I legit got chills. Like, oh, my God, our starting quarterback is back. Our starting quarterback is back. Everybody out there saying, oh, this guy is just as good. No,
I know, bro.
I don't want to be rude, but stop. Just stop.
Hammer time.
Yeah, no. It's Jimmy time, baby. Like, get the Jimmys out. Like, all right, never mind. Let's keep it
winging up there. Shimmy for Jimmy.
Shimmy for Jimmy.
Oh, put it on your shirt. Nick, help me write that shit right now.
Shimmy for
Jimmy. Come on, bro. Let's do it. We can make it a woman. Never mind. That's sexist, right? I shouldn't say that. Let's do it. Come on, put it. I'm putting a note. Where's my phone? Somebody talk.
Shimmy for Jimmy. Shimmy for Jimmy. Shimmy for Jimmy.
Let's do a song and everything. Hey, listen, I'm dead serious, so I like that. That's good.
Is that like
you're watching the show right now, would you buy a Shimmy for Jimmy shirt? Oh my God. And it's got a double meat. Guys, that is great. Oh my God. All right. I'm sorry.
Brian fought, bro. I'm with you though.
I wouldn't have come in my head if you hadn't done that little shimmy you were doing up there.
See, Mike already pulling comments up.
Let's go. Let's go, because I asked a question. I said to the people out there watching, would you wear a shimmy for now? I got to look at the comments. Man. Look at that. I'm down. Hell yeah. Let's go. Look at the comments, man. She's dead. Look at the shimmy for Jimmy. Let's go. Okay. All right, I'm sorry. Let me chill out. All right.
Wait, you're gonna make the girls so the girls could do that, or what
I'm
we
not-
doing?
We can't tell them everything. We can't give the sauce away on the show. I mean, I promise you it'll be out there before we get off of here, but it's all good. We're gonna let it go. I can't give the sauce away though for free. So, all right. What other injury news? Okay, so we let's talk about Debo. Okay.
Who?
Debo. So Debo has not practiced all week long with an illness. It has been confirmed that he does not have COVID-19. He does not have coronavirus. However, because he displayed certain symptoms of fever, Shanahan specified today a fever, he has to be away for the team for 2 days because he has to pass 2 COVID tests and then anyone else that was around him. I noticed that there have been no other wide receivers that have not been there. So I have some questions for you guys.
Okay.
Let's start with the basic. Are we worried about Debo, and do we think he will play on Sunday?
Oh yeah.
No and yes.
No and yes. Okay. All right.
That's a weird one. No and yes.
Well, because I said,
No
are
to
we
the
worried?
first question. Yes to the second question.
Yeah, I said, are we worried, and do we think he'll play? I'm with you. Man, we here.
I'm not worried about him, but I'm not sure he's going to play.
Okay.
The only way Debo doesn't play Sunday is if the results from the test tomorrow are positive.
For
whatever they tested him on. I guess the COVID.
well, no, time out. Okay, so let's be clear here. I do have some questions. Well, never mind. Let's let everybody else answer first, and then I'll come back. Go ahead, Tony.
As long as he doesn't have a fever, he's going to play.
And that was my question. Can a player no longer play with the flu or a cold? Like, that's not illegal.
Yeah, but I think they're still testing him for COVID though. Like, you get what I'm saying?
He just has to pass 2 tests,
He has
then he
to
can
pass
play
the
no matter what
COVID
his
test.
symptoms are.
Exactly, B. So he's just waiting on the COVID results, the second one, for the results to come in. And once that is a yay day, or whatever you want to call it, he's good to go. Good to go. And I think he plays.
But
Fever or not.
okay, so this is what I'm saying. He passed the COVID test, but he still has a fever. Can he play?
He can play. Will he play is the question you probably want to ask.
I don't want to know will he. I want if he's allowed to. I want to know can he.
I mean, it's a fever. If he passes the COVID test, then it's not COVID. Players play sick. Should they play? This was what I'm saying.
Right. So that won't keep him out. Okay. All right. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. So I just want to point out that we are in week 5. We had an entire offseason until this date, today, October 9th, 2020. Jimmy Garoppolo and Deebo Samuel have not practiced together a single time this NFL season.
Right. That's why I'm concerned about him not playing. This isn't like where, he's missed a couple games. Like, he missed an entire offseason.
Yeah,
and you heard Kyle Shanahan talk. What's that?
Weren't they together in Tennessee?
That was not a team activity. That was them doing.
No, I'm just saying. But they've had some time together this year.
And they play. I mean,
right. But I'm not saying due to the fact of chemistry. I'm saying to the fact of, like, the kid's not up to football speed yet, and then on top of that, still being sick. And you heard Kyle Shanahan last week. We're going to ease him back in. That's what they did. They eased him back in. He wasn't nowhere near a part of the offense like he is normal.
Snaps.
Right. So now he missed an entire week of practice again, and if he's not feeling well, how much of the game plan is he? Sit him, let him get better, bring him back next week, and go from there. He's already missed an entire offseason. So that's where I'm worried, because not that he doesn't know the playbook, but he's just not up to speed yet.
So then they utilize him on plays where they could utilize him, bro, like they did last week. 30 yards is better than 0 yards. Like 30 positive yards is better than 0. He came in, he ran for like 8-9 yards last week, caught a couple of passes. Like, he was still effective. We just didn't win. Like, I think if he's
Do you guys hear that echo? Is that just me?
I hear it now. I think if he has the green light to play, I think he plays. I think he should play if he has the green light.
Yeah. Any other thoughts down there on that? Agree, disagree, fellas?
I agree.
No, I think he will. I think that they may like restrain him to like 25% of the snaps or something along those lines, but I don't see that happening. I'm just saying that's a possibility. If they're worried about his health, if he's not 100%, then maybe they restrain or limit his snaps. But I think they go out there and he just balls out. Really, I think he's the kind of guy who's just going to play through that shit.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of game he's gonna have.
Right.
But it will be interesting to see. I do think that he suits up though, but I understand Nick's concern. I'm not trying to say that it's unwarranted at all. I do understand the concern. I just think that it'll make the game easier for everybody out there if he is out there physically, because it's a tool that the opponents have
That's
to
the game plan for. Yeah.
Now I want to play this clip. We're not to the section where we discuss the pressers and all that stuff, but Kyle Juszczyk said something that I think could get the team in a lot of trouble. I'm talking like serious fines and everything. So I'm going to play this, and I want to see if you guys catch it. Okay. It's the God dang it. It's a freaking ad. All right. It's the very first question that they ask him. So I will play this as soon as this Go Vote ad goes away. All right, here we go.
This message.
He approves the message.
Did it take a couple plays? Did it take a little bit of time to get back into the swing with everybody out there?
I mean, personally for myself, I didn't feel that. Maybe for those guys individually, just having not been on the field.
Oh, sugar honey iced tea. Wait, I didn't start it from the beginning.
Taken them maybe a few plays.
My bad. Here we go.
Hey Kyle, you hear me okay?
Yeah, what's going on, brother?
Hey, just getting Jimmy back and potentially getting Raheem back. You've almost got the whole band together. How excited are you, and what are your expectations for when you finally get that opportunity to get the whole group together?
Extremely excited, man. It's been really cool in practice this week to look to my right. There's George. Look to my left. There's Brandon, Debo, Raheem, Jimmy across the way. Like that's exactly how we envisioned it in the offseason, and it's great to finally have everybody healthy and in there together.
Are you referring to the fact that he says something about Debo when Debo was supposed to be getting tested?
Yes. Debo was not supposed to be with this team at all this week. Shanahan has said it at the presser. He's been out at the practice reports and all that. Yet Kyle says, when I look to my left, there's Brandon and Debo and Jimmy and
He could have been talking simply about the practice where he was there and having Debo back, period.
He said this week. He specified this week in the question. I can rewind it real quick. It's a short clip. I'll run it back just a couple of seconds just so we can hear it again, because I was like, there's no way he meant to say that.
Yeah, because
and by the way, the reason I'm
throwing the names out there.
The reason I'm making a big deal is because we know that the Tennessee Titans are about to get heavy sanctions against them because they were told not to practice and they did it anyway. And I don't think that they're the only team in the NFL that breaks practicing guidelines and rules. Just to be clear here.
I get where you're going, bro. I just didn't hear him say
this week to look to my right. There's George.
I heard him say it.
When you finally get that opportunity to get the whole group together.
Extremely excited, man. It's been really cool in practice this week to look to my right. There's George. Look to my left. There's Brandon, Debo, Raheem, Jimmy across the way. Like that's exactly how we envisioned it in the offseason, and it's great to finally have everybody healthy and in there together.
When did Debo get sent home, Mike?
Debo hasn't been with the team all week, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, he was there at the beginning of the week.
I don't think so. The last two practice reports, Nick, you're on mute, buddy. Take yourself off mute.
Mute.
The last two practice reports.
We don't practice till Wednesday.
Huh?
So I said we don't practice till Wednesday.
Right.
So we have Monday and Tuesday off.
You get Monday off, and then Kyle said that Debo's been in virtual meetings over Zoom.
Since when, though, is my question.
Tuesday.
Yeah, since they came back.
Because they're all Monday, and then
only had two practices. We've only had two practices. He didn't say meetings. He said at practice.
3.
Was he at practice on Wednesday? People saying he was at practice on Wednesday.
I don't think so.
I think he came in for his tests on Wednesday
but he can't practice until he passes those tests, right?
Right. He has to have 2 negatives.
Mm-hmm. Right. So we'll see what happens. I don't think he was supposed to be at practice, man. I'll be honest with you guys. Let me do some quick searching here. But while we are doing that, I just don't know if he was.
It's an easy fix, bro. They come at him and they start investigating. I mean, if he was there, it's not an easy fix. But if he wasn't there, it's an easy fix. Maybe Kyle was just talking. And just
I don't think he was.
Back.
I don't think he was there because one of the other people who watched practice would have seen him out there.
Or they were told not to face him.
What's that?
But they might have been told just not to say anything if he was there. Like I'm just playing devil's advocate, but I'm just trying to go off the fact that I think he was just talking about having the players back.
Omar's correct. He said he had his presser on Wednesday. So he was there Wednesday.
Right.
Who had a presser on Wednesday?
Debo. He was, yeah, we watched his presser. That's what I thought. So he was there.
That doesn't mean that he's at all right. I hear you.
Maybe he was at practice. He just didn't practice. Because Kyle also said that Debo was feeling good. He was sounding good. Like he just has to wait till he passes the second test to be cleared.
So all right.
So Wednesday, not practicing was Mosley and Ward. Limited was Garoppolo, Greenlaw, Mostert, Pettis, Taylor, Witherspoon.
So he was there on Wednesday.
So he practiced on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm looking at a Matt Mayoko article from yesterday. This was published on the 8th, and he said that Debo missed practice then. Okay.
If you look at a 6:33 from Danny Terry.
What's that? Oh, I get it. 9:33. Ha ha.
Sorry.
Yep. Trick me. No, it's cool. It's cool. 9:33. Oh, there's a lot of messages here. Holy smokes. Danny Terry.
You know that's true.
Oh, shit. All right, so I'm just wondering what the hell is going on, guys, because let me tell you, that was this close to getting the team in trouble. I just think it's weird that he's been out now. I think it's weird. I felt like he missed 2 practices for sure, but this practice,
yeah, Thursday, Friday,
right?
Yeah, and Thursday. So those are the 2 practices that he missed. Okay, all right. So that means that he missed. I mean, he was there for the walkthrough, but that was it. So we're good. We're in the clear, right? Because Wednesday is the walkthrough. Right?
I was good from the jump, B.
All right. So there's other news to talk about. I think that you guys want. What's up, Nick? What?
The way he squirted it, right, Nick?
Yo.
I mean, what you, baby?
Bro.
Most people just go like this.
Yo, he's like.
Nah, well, because I see y'all about to make me say some foul stuff. I don't stuff on bottles. I that's not something I do. So
well, then don't use a sippy bottle.
You need these bad boys, man.
Mike likes that shit going straight down the back of his throat.
Nah, it go into the cheek, Paul. They go straight to the cheek. Go into the cheek. Got to swirl it around. Then you go, baby. Hey, look, ain't no thing in my game. Hey, yo.
He had the hand motion.
I want to say, I think my daughter's still watching, but all right, I can't say what I want to say because baby girl might still be watching. My daughter in this chat, and y'all gonna make me lose it on y'all in here. Keep it up, keep it up,
Gara. Show your dad how to use a real water bottle.
What did Mike say earlier in the chat that he don't curse or something like that?
That's not what I said.
He never cursed anybody out.
He about to right now. I can see him boiling. Yo, keep talking, Nick. Keep talking.
Yo, we gotta just keep trying this, right?
Talk about how he take it to the back of the throat.
All right, hey Nick, don't make that face no more, bro. Nick,
bro, that's what your face looks
right
like.
too, Nick. Nick,
that's what you look like, bro. Yo, you had the hand motion and all.
You know what?
Nick, don't do it, Nick.
I'll bring up the next subject. Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm gonna be responding now. Let's go. Really? Who's Ozzy Niner? Ozzy Niner? Okay. All right. Yeah, Andrew. They yes, they do be bullying me. Where the Andrews coming?
No, we don't. Mike do
Yes,
it himself. Yo, no one told the dude to squirt the bottle in his mouth.
It's cool.
I've never seen a grown man squirt.
Well,
oh my god.
Yo, this is where you get naughty Niner news, bro.
I'm not turning this into a podcast. Do y'all hear what Breezy just said? Did y'all hear the disrespect that just came out of Breezy's mouth? Breezy's so bad. 2 people went on mute that ain't say anything.
Is anybody else still hurt that we need to talk about? Guys, Raheem Mostert is back, guys. What does this mean for our running game?
Is he back?
That's a good question. He was only limited on Thursday, right?
And Friday.
I didn't hear
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Okay, so he's back.
Well, he's still listed as questionable. That's why I'm asking.
That's fine. As long as it's not probable.
Well, you can practice limited and even practice in full and still be listed as questionable.
Right. No, I'm just saying Raheem Mostert, like we came out and said Jimmy Garoppolo is starting, but we didn't come out and say Raheem Mostert where we want to see how he wakes up. He said we want to see how he wakes up tomorrow after he got a little extra work in today to see how he feels tomorrow and then obviously Sunday morning. Okay. That's what Kyle was saying. So hopefully there's no setbacks or swelling.
Right. Yeah. And that's what they're looking for. They want to see if there's going to be any inflammation on that knee afterward. So that's what.
Yo, Breezy, me and you were on the same page with this, bro.
It's funny because you started laughing and I wasn't paying attention, but when you couldn't get it out,
Sean,
I knew what you meant.
Sean got to get blocked for this. Somebody boot Sean from the chat.
No, don't block Sean. Nah, don't boot him. Or I'm gonna boot you. Don't you boot Sean? Drake Greenlaw is back. Yo,
yeah, Raheem Mostert's back. Dre Greenlaw is back. Guys, is this the healthiest team we're going to be running out on the field since week 1?
This is huge. For the defense and for the offense, guys. We're getting speed back. We're getting I'm going to say this, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're getting our best pass defensive linebacker back. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I just think he's the best coverage linebacker. I know Fred Warner's the man, but there's something the way Greenlaw knows how to play coverage on that side. We're getting that back, and we're getting back our speed in the running game. And we're getting Jimmy G back. Like those 3 pieces right there, I think there'll be a lot more continuity that we see on the offensive side and the defensive side. Why does it go super quiet after I finish talking?
I was waiting. I feel like I've been talking a lot. I was going to let somebody else take it. That's what I was just.
You were squirting.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just about to say. Yo, I can't with him, bro.
We lost one of our Power Rangers, guys.
Hold on, Breezy. I was literally just about to say you weren't talking, you were squirting.
Oh man.
Oh, Nick the Oreo. Mike knew exactly what he was trying to do. Mike's not even talking. All right.
No.
I just didn't want that background on mine because you couldn't see it. All right. So is anybody else ready to talk? Anybody else gonna say something? Like what's up?
I just did.
No, I know that. You said Greenlaw and Mostert was back, and somehow it got back to me squirting. I can we talk about football, please? No,
yeah.
You keep giggling.
They take water breaks, right? Who was that? That's Tony.
Yeah, you know it's Tony. You know Tony don't say nothing. Now he's the sound effects guy. He's okay. All right. What's
all
the
right? Miss Debbie said we being silly. All right, let's man up. Let's do this for real. Let's do it for real. Yeah, I think okay. So the reason why I like Greenlaw being back, I think Quan will be better. B, Fred Warner could just be the Fred Warner that he is. And it's better for coverage because these quarterbacks are going to try to throw the ball. We're playing against a Ryan Fitzpatrick. The thing I don't like about Ryan Fitzpatrick is sometimes he could be magical, sometimes he could be not magical. But you know what he is? He's gritty, low down, gritty. He's a gritty player. And I hate playing gritty players or scrappy players. They don't ever give up. Why is there this crazy echo and Nick's still laughing?
Bro, I don't know what's going on, man. I'm listening to you talk about how gritty and how
So do y'all agree or disagree?
Fitzpatrick is.
Do y'all agree or disagree about Fitzpatrick being this scrappy, gritty type player?
I agree.
So y'all don't think this is going to pose a problem to our defense?
Well, let's ask this question.
My question sucked. So
I'm gonna use your question, right? Because we have Fitzpatrick and we had Carson Wentz. Which quarterback right now is better?
Fitzpatrick.
Right now. Yes. Keep it in context, please.
I think Fitzpatrick is the better quarterback right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the game he plays against us, he starts to decline because he always goes like 4 games strong. And in that 5th game, it's like they benching him for the next quarterback to come in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this might be that game.
Okay. All right. I agree with you. Yeah. So I honestly I don't know. I don't know what else to do, bro. I don't know. All right. So is this a I'm gonna say what I think. I think this is a get right game for the 49ers.
Okay.
I think all the woes of the 49ers, the struggling run game, they're gonna be gone. The inconsistent quarterback play, I think it's gone. The offensive line not doing, I think it's gone. The wide receivers have been not getting separation, and I think it's gone. I think the Niners defense comes out here and plays lights out. I think we see the best passing defense we've seen from all the corners this week. I think the defensive line gets home more this week than they do for the rest of the season. I think this is the get right game for the Niners.
It has to be. It has to be. And you know, when I went on to Doug's show for the Dolphins last night, you know, that's what I said to him at the end. I said, look, the Niners, this is a game that the Niners are going to come out with a bad taste in their mouth from what happened last week, right? Guys who knew they messed up are going to step it up this week, play harder. Mike, I completely 100% agree with you. I think all around, not just because we're getting healthy, but the quarterback play last week, horrible. Jimmy Garoppolo's back. It shouldn't be bad, right? It should be average or above. If you get our running game back, we have that speed where we can get the outside, get that actually outside zone read going, run game going, as well as spell Jerick McKinnon. So he is not taking as much. He's not taking the full force brunt. So where they're not tired, he's not tired, right? Offensive line, they know, well, they messed up like 4 or 5 plays, but
that was one guy, Nick. Don't do that.
Yeah, the whole O-line was struggling.
No, that's what I'm saying. The whole O-line struggled, but from our coach, it was different. But the O-line struggled, right? In and out. No matter how you look at it, they struggled. I don't care if somebody was in the wrong spot or not. To me, they still struggled. They're not going to play like that again. Wayne, you said this last week. You don't think that the offensive line plays like that again.
I don't think they play that ever again.
I totally agree with you on that. Defensively, look, man, we're still up there defensively in passing yards allowed. We're only allowing 184 yards per game.
Number 3, baby.
It's funny that you asked that. I have a lot of stats written down about this team as far as offense.
Am I wrong or am I right? Aren't we number 3 in pass defense?
The 49ers offense, defense is 3rd in passing. We're going up against the 26th ranked passing defense.
Right.
The Niners are going to listen. If Shanahan can't get right this game.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
All
Did
right.
you just sorry, Nick, I know you got a migraine. Did you just say if Shanahan can't get right?
Oh,
don't clean your ears, bro. I want to know if okay. All right.
Yeah. Listen, okay. I understand the woes of the offensive line. I understand the backup quarterback being out there. I understand people not being in the right spot and all that. Shanahan has to get right this game. Kyle Shanahan has to call a game that suits his players on the field. The excuses are gone this week. They're gone.
I never thought I'd hear you say the coach need to do something different, bro. I'm about to have tears in my eyes because we tried to say that. Nick and I was trying to say the play calling is just like this is weird, but I love it. I love it. Keep it going, baby.
No, let's let.
What did you say their pass defense was?
Oh, what was that?
26, bro.
And they're without who this week?
The Dolphins are without somebody.
Yeah, they don't have Lawson. He's out.
Oh,
their pass rusher, the linebacker.
Yeah, he's out.
Oh shit! I didn't even know that. Look at Brian bringing some info to. Damn.
Yeah, but they do get Byron Jones and Xavier Howard back this week.
Yeah, Byron Jones is dookie. Look, go ask Cowboy fans about Byron Jones.
They're guys that were injured and weren't on the field. So
I understand.
You can't ask Cowboy fans that. That's not fair. I'm gonna shoot my guy some bail here and here's the only reason I'm saying that. Cowboy fans were dumping and laughing at me in text when we picked up Kerry Hyder. Who's the best edge rusher we got right now?
I could call a Cowboy fan right now, and they'll tell you about Byron Jones. He is the type of player that can tip the passes but can't get any interceptions. and they want turnovers, right? That's what you want on your defense. You want the players to be in the play to make turnovers, as opposed to just batting the passes down. That's Byron Jones. I'm not worried about a ball being intercepted from Byron Jones. Is what I'm trying to say. That's why I said that.
Well, do you remember what they were out for? Those two corners?
They had an injury of some sort. I don't remember what
that.
it was. What's that?
I know that. I just was curious if you knew what.
Yeah, I had an injury of some sort. I don't know what it was. I'll look it up while you guys are talking.
Let's see. Byron Jones had a groin injury, and I don't know the other guy. Who's the other guy?
Xavier Howard.
You said Howard? Oh, so they're getting a safety back?
They're getting Xavier Howard back plus Byron Jones.
Now, Xavier Howard, I like him. Matter of fact, I thought that was the guy we would have tried to pick up at free agency if we didn't sign Jimmy Ward, because he was with our DB coach.
I think a lot of people were with you on that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I saw his name thrown around on 49ers Twitter a lot, honestly.
Xavier Howard had a knee injury, guys.
So Sean has. Oh, I thought I clicked it. Sean has a comment here. Thank you for the contributions. He said, "Why doesn't Shanny boot and roll Jimmy out more?" I'll be honest with you, Sean. I don't want to see Jimmy doing much rolling at all this week. I think that the pocket can hold up for him. This is my opinion. We'll get it from everybody else. I think the pocket can hold up from him, and I think Jimmy should use his manipulative ways inside the pocket, turning and picking that angle and then delivering. Jimmy is really good to me when he's in the pocket. I love Jimmy's presence in the pocket. I don't know if you guys remember I know it's a long time ago, and I should get over it. But that 2017 tape of Jimmy Garoppolo, just feeling pressure without turning around and stepping up and moving out the way. I felt like the Niners struck gold. Paul, that's an easy say, right? The Niners struck gold, but I feel like it was there. I feel like it was there when I saw Garoppolo that year. I was like, wow, we're going to be really, really special. I think that's still in him. I think it's still in there. And I think that if you start making him rely on moving around and all that, you get the more inaccurate throws and all that. Let Jimmy stay in the pocket and be confident in his throws and deliver. What are your guys' thoughts on all that?
I wanted to say something about Xavier Howard. My bad. I said he was a safety. He's a cornerback. But let's get to your question, because I have a question about those cornerbacks.
Well, no, I just want to know what you guys think about this from Sean here. Do you guys like seeing Jimmy rolling out and on the move more, or do you like him in the pocket?
Not right now.
See, there's no such thing as a not right now for me. If that's part of Jimmy's skill set, then Jimmy should have plays that are accustomed to it. We've watched him do it. We've watched Jimmy.
Go ahead.
I agree, but sometimes him just staying duck in the pocket where he's not stepping up, moving, dodging, trying to take off and run or whatnot when you see the pocket collapse, taking a crazy sack, when he can have a design bootleg to roll out. I think that would change the game. It would force the defense to play a little bit differently. I say they should let him do that because that's part of one of Jimmy's skill sets. He did that against the Kansas City. When we played Kansas City, he just got hurt when he ran to the outside. I'm saying it's part of his skill set.
Go ahead, Brian. What were your thoughts on it, man?
No, I was just going to say I would agree with you in the fact that I'd like to see him stay in the pocket. I feel like even if we have the exact same scenario with our offensive line, Jimmy's awareness and his experience in this offense leads him to be able to step away from those pressures better than we saw Nick do, obviously. And so I don't have a problem with him not rolling out if he's not ready for it. But coming off that high ankle sprain, I'm not in a hurry for him to be super mobile, just because I don't know if we're pushing him because of the situation the team is in to get out there maybe a week or so early. But that's why I'm in agreement with Mike, just saying that I think that I would like to see him stay in the pocket more. But if he's 100% good to go and that ankle's fine, then let him do what he does.
I don't think he's 100% yet. It could be semantics because of how it was reported. We're hoping for no setbacks and all that. So I don't think he's quite 100% yet. I think there is a little bit of doubt in the minds of the coaching staff and Jimmy even himself. Listen to him at his presser. He didn't sound like he was 100%. He did say that for the last 2 weeks he felt like he was good enough to go, but they were being precautious with him. So you never quite know. But I understand your thoughts. Tony, I know you wanted to jump in on that. What were your thoughts on it?
I definitely think they should move him out of the pocket. It's because by doing that, you're slowing the defense down. If you run a play designed to go to the left, and then off the play action he rolls to the right, he's not necessarily going to roll all the way to the sideline. He's literally going to go to the edge of the tackle box and then just dump it off against a crosser or someone coming underneath the formation. By doing that, you slow the defense down. You make them think, okay, holy shit, he's going to come back this way. And it's literally like it would be a pitch and catch play. I don't think it would be a deep shot. So I honestly think Kyle could take advantage of their defense by doing that, because they're going to see Mostert. He's going to run the ball to the left with Mostert, they'll run the ball to the right. Then they're going to start jumping because now of Mostert's speed. So your best Kyle's offense is off the play action. I think Jimmy is 100% better under center than he is in shotgun, especially with two backs next to him. If they go into a hurry-up offense where he's by himself and it's literally snap and fire the ball out, that's where Jimmy could be successful in the shotgun. But I honestly think Kyle should move him a little bit to get him out of that pocket. And also, on a high ankle sprain, he was still moving a little bit out of the pocket versus the Jets. So I definitely think he should do it.
All right, you guys like it. Now, I just want to do a reminder really quick of the 49ers inactives for this week. So far, that's not the right one. I'm sorry. Where the hell did that picture go? I just uploaded. I think it's this one here. Nope, that's not it either. What the hell just happened here? All right. Well, Nick is back. Nick, the question that we were asking is, how do you feel about Jimmy Garoppolo being on the move? Do you prefer him rolling out right now, or do you want him just in the pocket and playing his style of football?
Yeah, I mean, look, you need to roll him out. And if he's on the field, you can't limit him. And, we've talked about this before. He's got just as much of a chance of hurting his ankle in the pocket as he does as rolling out. So I don't think you take anything away from him. You play the game, you roll him out. That's part of his game at times. It's just a matter of Kyle Shanahan's going to use it or not. So definitely, especially if the offensive line's not holding up, he's got to be able to move around that pocket and get out of the pocket and be able to get throws downfield. And that was something that we didn't do with Nick Mullins last week, right? So Kyle Shanahan hasn't been using the rollout a lot. He usually gets it going once the play action gets going. That's when he'll start rolling out. But, yeah, get the play action going, get him out of the pocket. If he's on the field, you can't limit him. You got to be able to do everything with him, even if he's not 100%. If you're putting him out there, utilize him to whatever you can use him.
For sure. You put him out there, you got to play. Right. You guys know how I feel about that. I'm going to do this overlay really quick. Sorry for the people that it blocks. We're going to see half of Nick, half of Tony here. That's it. This is what we have so far out for Sunday. Dante Johnson with the groin injury, Emmanuel Mosley, right? Let's stop right there really quick. If those two are out, that means they haven't been practicing. And Ahkello Witherspoon, you will see listed below with questionable. So my question to you guys is, before we continue, who were our corners in today's practice?
Ahkello and Verrett.
You're saying Ahkello and Verrett, but Ahkello was questionable for Sunday. If he was a full go at practice, would he still be listed as questionable? Now, I just said about 20 minutes ago that you can practice.
You can practice, right.
I'm giving it to you guys, though. I'm pretending that never happened to have a conversation. I want us to talk about it. No? Okay, we don't have to. It's cool. The questionable guys are Raheem Mostert, Deebo Samuel, and Witherspoon. Do we think that all three of those guys show up this week? Yeah? Okay. And then
I told you, I'm not sure about Deebo.
Right. No, I know. And we don't have to go over the IR list again. I just wanted to put that up there because that was a graphic that we had in our group chat today. I wanted to share that with you guys. All right. So before we continue, go ahead. I see you.
So I think that, I want to back up real quick because you were talking about, our cornerbacks. And since we don't obviously know what the plan is, but they can mix and match however they want to. Mm-hmm. So they could have had Webster out there. They could have, because he's on the active roster, but they could also had Tim Harris in there, right? And he can come up and practice with those guys. He's on the practice squad. He's out there on the field. They can put him in there if they're planning on bringing him up, elevating him from from the practice squad to the 55. So, I mean, we obviously don't know who they were. If Witherspoon was limited, then I would expect that you'd have had Verrett on one side, and then on the other side, you would have had Webster or Harris, and then obviously bring in Taylor when the nickel situation shows up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't really know what Shanahan's going to do with that extra roster spot. It's still something that he's keeping in his back pocket. It could literally be anybody. I mean, not literally, but it could be a number of players, and I'm really interested to see what he does with that spot, man. Tim Harris is somebody that, I mean, Tony got me excited about Tim Harris throughout the offseason. He got me excited about him, and I want to see what this young guy could do. I don't know when they're going to call his number. You know, he went on IR, the practice season IR, practice squad IR, and it was a little disappointing, but he's back now, and so we'll see what happens. I mean, we know that we're without Dante Johnson. We know Richard Sherman still isn't coming back, and now we don't know for sure, but from my understanding, Emmanuel Mosley is probably not going to play on Sunday also. So who are our corners? And if there's an injury to one of them, then what?
You got Webster, you got Jamar Taylor. Like, these are guys that they're gonna have to step it up, right?
And Taylor has to be bumped up. He's not officially bumped up yet, right? You guys
Right.
said he's still on the practice squad.
Right.
Well, this comes back to that question, like, will Jimmy Ward be asked to go to a cornerback to where we can invert to various more at the safety position? Like, this is one of those moments where we might have to do something like that. But the question is, will he do it?
Tavarius Moore plays corner too. Don't forget that.
I forgot about Allen too. Brian Allen, we brought him in too, so that's somebody else they could potentially be elevating. I forgot about him.
So I mean, it's makeshift on the defense. I'm gonna be honest. I think the defense is gonna get home this week. I don't think it's gonna matter who's playing cornerback. I really feel like the pressure on the defensive line. I could just feel something going on there to where they know that they got to get home. They can't be giving Ryan Fitzpatrick much time, and they're going to have to make sure that they stay in their lanes because Fitzpatrick will take off and run, especially if he gets in that like 20-yard red zone-ish type of area like we saw Carson Wentz do, which should have never happened ever going into the end zone untouched. And that was just due to breakdown on the defense, right? That was just a breakdown on the defense. Miscommunication. I think the 49ers with Eli, Dre Greenlaw, I think with him being out there, I think that communication just gets better. I really do.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you know, Taylor, like you said, Taylor can play there. You got Moore. Who was the other guy? Brian Allen?
Yeah, Brian Allen.
Oh, yeah, Brian Allen. That's right. I forgot about him. I totally forgot about him. But Jimmy, you know, I don't think Jimmy's going to corner, man. I just.
Oh, I know.
You know, I just don't think he is. I think he's really strong, gung-ho on that whole thing as to where I'm a safety. That's what I signed here for, and that's what I'm going to do. And,
I get it, bro. And if he was younger, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I got you.
It takes one chance of him getting hurt, doing something different that he's not accustomed to again.
But when your team is this injured, I think Jimmy understands, like, hey, don't make me be your top option. I think Jimmy was the backup option for all the positions at one point, and now it's like, all right, no. Like, you got 4 other corners here, let them play corner. You got 2 other nickels, let them play nickel. But now we're Sherman, Mosley, Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden it's a different situation than how they were using him before. They refused to let Jimmy not be on the field at some point last year, you know. So I think it's a little bit different now. But I want to give you guys some numbers. Let's talk about this match specifically coming up. All right. I have some stats here, a little stat breakdown. I'm going to go over the offense right now. The 49ers are 9th in passing, and the Dolphins are 13th in passing. The 49ers are 9th in rushing. The Dolphins are 20th in rushing. Okay. When it comes to the that was both offense. When it comes to the defense, we talked about this earlier. The Niners are 3rd in passing defense. The Dolphins are 26th. And then the 49ers are 14th in rushing defense. And the Dolphins are 20th. I just want to say something really quick about this. The offense. Have y'all seen the Browns rushing stats for this year? Holy smokes!
Yeah, it's gonna be depleted now though, because Nick Chubb is out.
Bro, we're top 10, and they got like 300 more rushing yards than us this year. It's nuts. The Browns have been.
Yeah,
they
finally figured it out over there. How to utilize them.
They got Nick Chubb. They had Nick Chubb, and they had Kareem Hunt.
Yeah,
who is also questionable for this week now.
Bro, them boy, like when I was looking up these stats for this game, I was like, that can't be right. The Browns are that much better than us, like as far as rushing goes. I just couldn't believe it, man. I was like, holy smoke. All right, I got sidetracked there. But when you're looking at those numbers at face value there, what stands out to you guys? Again, I'm going to repeat them in on offense. Niners are 9th in passing. Dolphins are 13th in rushing. The Niners are 9th again, and the Dolphins are 20th. And then on the defensive side of the ball, the Niners are 3rd in passing defense. The Dolphins are 26th, and then the Niners are 14th in rush defense. The Dolphins are 20th.
Just real quick about the Niners 14th, being 14th versus the run.
Yeah,
I think that's a bad stat to go by because the majority of the rushing yards that we gave up were quarterbacks.
Yes,
it's not run schemes, running backs breaking through the line and going down the field. It was the Kyler Murray, 40-something yard run, the Wentz run. Who else?
Josh, Daniel.
But how does that make
Jones.
us 14th?
Well, because listen to what Tony's saying. If you add up all the quarterback runs against us, it's got to be at least 200-300 yards worth of rushing against us.
Yeah,
and he's absolutely right. But
all right,
here's why
I'll do it while you guys talk.
Well, here's why I think you have to count it, Tony. Unless someone else wants to jump on this before I do, I want to say why you have to count the quarterback rushing because stationary quarterbacks are now going to be told, hey, the Niners are susceptible to this. Take off. And even if it's just 7 yards here, 8 yards, if our corners lock down everybody and there's nowhere for the quarterback to go, instead of taking a sack or an incomplete pass, you can gain 5, 6, 7 yards. They're going to do that now because they believe in their minds the Niners can't stop a running quarterback. It doesn't matter if you're stationary anymore. Daniel Jones? Really?
No. Daniel Jones is an athletic quarterback, Mike.
He's a young quarterback.
I'm telling you,
they're all athletic when they're his age.
He did it at Duke. He ran the ball.
Ran a lot in college.
I'm telling you, he ran it. But the majority of the runs, the big chunk runs that they gave up were zone reads. Fitzpatrick is not going to run a zone read. He's not that fast.
Fitzpatrick is in the top of the league of scrambling yards, isn't he?
Yeah,
scrambling yards, not design runs, scrambling yards.
Scrambling. A zone read is a design run. Where scrambling is basically if your defensive line goes upfield and there's a gap and there's a lane, that's where Fitzpatrick comes in. But I'm talking about sitting there in the shotgun, doing a fake, reading the defensive end like they did with Deion Jordan, who just came right down the line of scrimmage and left whole half of the field open. But granted, Quan Alexander didn't make his gap adjustment to go outside and build the edge. But those big runs were all designed runs to attack our edge, knowing, like, I'll tell you right now, if Nick Bosa was there, I don't think those runs would happen. You might get him once, but he will make an adjustment. He will not let that up again. Deion Jordan, he let it up.
Okay.
Yeah, why are you typing that in the chat?
Nah, because I saw that senior squirt. Nah, Symmetry got to see me now. Symmetry. When I get out there, we squaring up, bro. You owe me 3 minutes in the ring, bro. We going a full round, bro. That was disrespectful. Senior squirt. I saw that.
It fits it. It's perfect. So whatever.
But yeah, so I do think that rushing is something that we have to be worried. Rushing quarterbacks now is something that we have to be worried about, guys. I just don't see until the Niners show that they can stop it. Why not? This defense was really, really good last year, and the entire NFL was looking for a chink in the armor. They found it. And until we can stop it, Tony, like, why would they not do it?
Yeah, but they found it versus 2s and 3s. They're not finding it against our aces, our Bosas, our whatever. Ford when
Bosa and Ford are done for the year. So
what I'm saying is those big chunk plays came when they were out. That's the problem. So they see the weakness of our defensive ends and how undisciplined they are, because they're not experienced players and they're shooting upfield and biting on that play fake.
Mm-hmm.
So now teams see that, and now they're taking advantage of that. But what I'm saying is you're not going to see that this week versus the Dolphins.
Was that assumption, Mike?
Wait. Huh? What did you say?
Was that an assumption, or did you read that somewhere about Ford being done for the year?
No, I'm sorry. Well, he's done right now. He's not playing this week.
Oh, okay.
He's on
I was just
IR.
making sure I didn't miss something.
No. They put him on IR. Right? That's an official thing. Ford is on IR.
No, he is on the IR.
So Ford and Bosa aren't coming back. Tony's saying they're only doing that because it's not Ford and Bosa and the upper echelon guys, but those upper echelon guys are still gone. Why won't Fitzpatrick do that?
Because he's not that type of quarterback to get around the edge.
So there's 13 other teams that's giving up less than 448 yards rushing.
I could pull it back up. Where's my tablet?
Obviously, yeah. If we're 14, right? That's the total amount of.
Yeah,
rushing
I did
yards.
it based off of yards, rushing yards. Period. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the total amount of rushing yards that the 49ers defense has given up. So you're telling me there's 13 other teams in the NFL that's given up 447. Okay.
Not Wayne. I mean, it's tough to do, but do you want to go and add up all the quarterback rushes?
I mean, that's not what I did. I did total yards because when I did the quarterback rushes, you guys are right. The chunks of their rushing is coming from quarterbacks. So Cardinals 180 yards. Chunk of that was all Kyler Murray.
Wait. Kyler Murray ran 180 yards?
No, but a chunk of it was a.
I think you got about 90. I think you got about 90 yards.
I could go back. I don't have.
Yeah, I want to know what the quarterbacks did. I'm sorry.
I did total rushing yards for the 4 teams. We've given up a total of 448. Let me go break down the quarterbacks. Give me a second. I got you, baby.
All right, my bad. I thought he was. This whole time I thought he was looking at the quarterbacks. So when he came back with 180, I'm like, yo, whoa, that can't.
I'll make you a bet. It's probably about 2.25 from quarterbacks.
220. That's what. Yeah. It feels like 250 to 300 to me. That's what it feels like.
I got you, baby. Y'all
you guys got to remember, I'm the same guy. I told you when I watch a player run for 3 yards against the Niners, it feels like 10. Like I hate watching a positive run against this team, whether it be from a quarterback or a running back. So what feels like 250 to 300 to me could very well be 175. Like you guys got to ignore my take on it. But I hate when I see the ability to stop a run early and we don't do it. But go ahead, Brian. That's all you wanted to jump in. I'm sorry for nothing.
No, I just wanted to ask that question because when you said that, I was like, wait, I didn't hear anything about him being out for the year.
I didn't mean to say for the year, but he's on IR.
He's the year.
Yeah, but he's on IR for at least
until whenever. I just didn't know. I thought maybe that another report had come out saying that he was done.
Mm-hmm. And we've talked about the reports here, Tony. We talked about the reports here, the whispers that he's going to have to retire. This injury is more serious than what we thought it was, and we've talked about it. We've grazed over it because it's just a rumor. But at this point, it's the closest thing to the truth that we all know. All right, he's ready. Bree's got the numbers here.
All right, so the total number of rushing yards for quarterbacks, 184. Kyler Murray, 91. Sam Darnold, 7.
No way. There's no way. Sam Darnold only ran for 7 yards against the 49ers.
I'll go back and maybe I wrote it wrong. Dan, relax.
I got you. I can pull it up for you while you're doing that. Go ahead.
He said singular 7, just like.
I could have been reading it wrong, bro. It's all good. Rushing, 2 carries, 7 yards.
Am I crazy? All right, I am crazy.
Daniel Jones, 49, and Carson Wentz, 37. That totals 184. Out of that, 448
off that.
So it's not even 2.25 that you guys thought.
So you knock off 184. You go from what? 14? You said 14 or 16?
We were at 14.
You're easily a top 10 defense versus the run.
What's the numbers? What
inside the top 10?
What were your total number of yards? 400 and what?
448.
Minus how many for the quarterbacks?
184.
184. That takes us down to 264. And where would that put us on that list? I'll pull that list up.
I say Nick, top 7.
Nick, I know you had something you wanted to say. Go ahead, jump in, buddy.
No, I was just going to give him the numbers because I just looked it up on Game Pass.
Now, what you said about Ford,
was that wrong?
Sam Darnold.
No, you were right. I was gonna let you know that the 7 was correct. That's what's listed on Game Pass.
The scary thing about Ford is he had a back problem with Kansas City along with the knee. And he
Exactly.
actually had surgery when he was with Kansas City on his back. So, in my opinion, I'm not expecting nothing from him this season because if he went through treatment, ice, medicine, stim, all that type of stuff to try to make it better and it's not working, he's not playing football this year, in my opinion. I that's just the way I feel, especially coming off of back surgery in Kansas City where he missed I don't know if he missed the whole season, but he missed a large chunk of games between the back and the knee. So
the following teams have allowed less rushing yards than the 49ers. Again, we're at somebody told me 448. We're at 443, it says.
Or maybe
I thought it was 364.
No, the 49ers rushing.
I got 180.
The 49ers are giving up 448 yards rushing. 443 yards rushing.
Okay, so I was wrong.
So that makes it for 259. If you subtract the quarterbacks, it's 259.
All right, so something's wrong because we gave up 180 to the Cardinals, 109 to the Jets, 66 to the Giants, and 93 to the Eagles.
That might not take away sack yards.
That's 448.
Right. What I'm saying, that might not take away sack yards. If we got a 1 yard sack here, we probably only have 4 or 5 sacks in the season. You know what I'm saying? So it's probably not taking away sack yards, maybe.
Yeah, but those numbers should already be totaled up.
Well, y'all send an email to NFL.com, okay? It says 108 attempts, 443 yards. What y'all want me to do? The number.
I feel the same way. I just added it up. What you want me to do?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I think that the sacks come off of rushing yards, don't they?
I thought it was already factored into the quarterback's rushing yards.
If we're saying that we're 14th, we got to go based off of NFL Network. That's where we got 14th from.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
We got to stick with this here. And
my quarterback yards could be wrong too. Did you want to add up your quarterback yards from NFL Network?
They don't. I'm not doing all that.
Okay.
I appreciate the effort though. That's good. Yeah, I like your efficiency, but I'm not going to do that. I will say this though: if we finish with just 259, we'd be in second place.
Wow.
The best rushing defense this year is the Steelers, and they've only allowed 162.
You see how much bullshit that those quarterback runs cost this team on the defense.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
You got to think though too, Mike. The Steelers didn't play; they played one less game than us.
I was gonna say these Steeler numbers. Cause I'm looking at this right. Listen to this shit, Nick. Right? I just put in order of attempts.
They didn't play the Titans.
61 attempts. I'm like, what? Why has no one run against this Steelers? What the hell is going on?
Yeah, so the Niners would be 1 right now without the Steelers playing.
But all quarterbacks scramble, so every team has faced some rushing yards from quarterbacks. It's not fair to delete it. I don't want to paint any false illusions to the fan base of this team. We can't do that. If your team is bad against the run from quarterbacks, teams are going to run the ball with their quarterbacks against you. That's just how it is. So this exercise is fun and I understand it, but it's not reality. Until this team shows they can stop quarterbacks on the move, those quarterbacks will continue to be on the move. What did Sean McVay and Jared Goff do last year? Hey, the Niners can't stop whatever. That's what they did. They moved their quarterback around.
Well, yeah, they bootlegged him. He didn't run. They just kept rolling the pocket so they couldn't pin their ears back and come back. Right. Now, without Ford and without Bosa, in my opinion, I think Kocurek needs to change up his rush and take it down a little bit instead of being so aggressive, because you don't have the horses that you had last year or in the beginning of the year prior to the injuries. So that's what I think needs to happen. I think Kocurek needs to adjust his rushing scheme, and I think Saleh needs to do something too. Now, you want to generate pressure, you would have to send a 4th or 5th rusher, and usually 9 times out of 10, it's either Warner up the middle or it's Quan Williams off the edge. So there's ways to get to the quarterback. It's just, in my personal opinion, without those horses, I would not put your ears back and go upfield every play, because especially with the undisciplined play of Deion Jordan, he clearly just went. I mean, he didn't even stop and look. He just went right down the line of scrimmage.
He was like this.
Didn't even give a shit.
Yo, listen, y'all knocking my guy. If that guy had the ball, Deion Jordan was on his ass, bro.
Like, what if his assignment is pin your ears back, go get the quarterback? What if that's told? What if that's told him told to do that? Like, what if he's told? To
Listen,
but
it
he
could
went
be,
after the
be a
running back.
call. It
But-
could be a call. You're 100% right.
I'm just saying, like, we don't know what they calling, y'all.
Listen, you're 100% right, Wayne. It could be a call where he just shoots down the line of scrimmage. But if that's going to happen, that means Quan's got to cover the outside gap.
Exactly. Like, that's that miscommunication. Like, maybe Quan didn't know his assignment was to do that because it's different when other pieces are in there, guys. We different on defense. Nick Bosa not playing on that side with Quan no more. It's different. It's Deion Jordan now. You know what I'm saying? Or Kerry Hyder. Right? It's just different.
See, now I think Kerry Hyder actually plays it pretty damn good.
Now they still be miscommunicating. Like,
no, I mean as far as like discipline coming off the edge, where he has the ability to break down for a second and read that mesh point before he just jumps and runs down the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
Where Deion Jordan just goes.
Okay.
We had also speculated on the last show that the reason we thought that they were still dialing up that blitz like they were, or the rush like they were, was to make up for the secondary's inability to do their job, right? Because that was what we talked about, was the fact that we didn't address the secondary. We bolstered the line again because that we know we have a weaker secondary. And so we didn't do anything. And so now that we have our stars, if you will, out, our backups, our second and third string guys are going to have to put more rush, more blitz on there. Coach Eric's going to have to dial it up more in order to continue to have that effect on the secondary for the passing game.
And that was a question that was kind of asked to Robert Saleh, like, are you going out of your way to generate more pressure, or are you going to let these things rock? And he kind of gave like a bleh answer, like it's a game to game, down to down situational type of thing. But I think he's going to have to generate more pressure. Pretending like Nick Bosa can be replaced by the next man up is BS. I'm sorry, it's garbage. It's garbage. So these guys have to do they have to do what they have to do. We can't just sit here and assume that anybody can come in here and be as productive as them. It's not true. It's just not true.
Tony, to answer your question real quick about D Ford, he only played in 10 games in 2017. That was the year that he had his back surgery.
Who asked that?
He only played in 6 games. He missed 10 games. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's scary. You come off a back surgery, you still have an issue. I don't know.
That was the year he came back from a back surgery?
Yeah. And didn't that, I think, if I remember correctly, that carried over from the season previous where he got hurt. He had the back surgery. It went through the full off season and in the beginning of the following season, and finally he was cleared to play. But listen, back, neck, they're all tied together. So,
all right, I got some questions I want to ask you guys. Okay, so here's the first question is this: I'm going to name you 4 teams, and I want you to tell me a defense that you think is closest in comparison to the 49ers. All right, everybody with me? Breathe, you good? You hear me? All right, here we go. Seahawks, Patriots, Jaguars, Bills. Which team's defense do you think is closest to the 49ers?
Jaguars.
Now, you talking production or scheme?
Let's do production, not scheme, production. So I'm sorry, Breezy, if you want to change your answer, my apologies. Which team do you think plays
They got
productive?
the linebackers. They got the cornerback. I'm going with they got the line.
Jaguars, Seahawks, Bills,
and Patriots.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
Yo, Nick.
Bro.
Nick, stop playing with me, bro. I'm sorry. You said you're going with who?
I'm going to go with the Seahawks because I think they have a half decent up front, but their secondary is horrible right now.
Whatever you're about to say, no, they don't. No, they don't. But all right, I hear you.
No, they don't what?
They don't have anything decent, the Seahawks. No, they don't. But it's
Their
cool.
secondary is horrible, but their front is producing right now.
That's a badass defense.
You said close to the Niners. How many sacks the Niners got this year?
I have no idea. 5, 6. That's what my guess was.
I don't even think it's that many.
Probably not. But that doesn't.
I think the Seahawks are probably better than them up front right now.
All right. That's fair. I want to get everyone else's thoughts on this. What team do you think produces as close to similarity to the 49ers defense right now?
Did I say my why?
Did you give me your who? I got one for the Seahawks. Oh, you said Jaguars.
You said
the Jaguars because of the way that their linebackers are fast. They get side to side. I know they run a 3-4 defense, but like production-wise, I feel like they do the same. Their DBs aren't taking the ball away, but they have a pass rush. That's the same thing the 49ers have. They have a great pass rush. So for production-wise, I feel like the Jaguars' defense is great. Their offense is trash, so their defense doesn't get as much shine, whereas our offense is better. So our defense looks like they're just better. So that's why I went with the Jags. I can understand why anybody would say the Bills. I can get why they would say scheme-wise if it's the Seahawks. And who's the other team?
The other team was the Jaguars.
I don't see the Patriots because
Patriots. I'm sorry.
No, that's what he said.
They have a lockdown corner where they had one. He's on COVID right now. I don't see that the Patriots, but the Patriots always make sure they deed up.
So we have one Seattle. We have one Jaguars. Tony and Brian, I need your votes.
Well, I had to go actually look up the Bills lineup, but that's who I'm going to go with is probably the Bills.
That works.
Because I like the way their front's built.
I can see that.
All right, Tony, give me one of these teams that you think compares the most to the 49ers. 49ers.
I'm going to say the Patriots. And I'm going to say the Patriots because their defensive lines are we have
post or pre-COVID
lines, but the Patriots defensive lines are usually a bunch of no-name guys that are taught well, that are scheme sound, and well prepared. All 11 players on the field. So that's why I'm going to go with the Patriots.
I like it.
All right. So the reason I asked that is because these are the 4 teams that the Dolphins have played. Okay. And those 4 teams, when you average the points, it comes to 23.25. That's how many points the Dolphins have scored against them. But what was interesting is that the ebbs and flows are dramatic. So the Patriots defense, really, really good in the secondary, right? Only allowed the Dolphins 11 points. Now, caveat, it's also a division game. Those games can be a swing of the pendulum at any chance, right? So then let's look at the 2 teams that run similar defensive schemes to the 49ers, right? The Jaguars and the Seahawks. Seahawks allowed 23 points. The Jaguars allowed 31 points. Sounds like a big difference, but it's only a difference of 1 touchdown. Okay? Then there's the Bills, a really good defense, but also a division game, allowed 28 points. It's an average for 23.25 points. If the team were to allow the Jaguars to score 23 points, do you guys think we can win this game?
Say the question again.
Yeah.
If the 49ers allow the Dolphins to score 23 points this game,
yes,
can we win?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we have the potential to score more than that. Yes.
Okay. All right, Nick, Tony.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a chance to win. I think we're gonna have to throw the football a lot more.
I think we could win, but there's something really that's scaring me, and I spoke about this with Mike. Tendencies. Flores was in New England when Jimmy was there. Okay. Obviously, he's on the defensive side of the ball. He's seen Jimmy in practice. He knows what Jimmy struggles. He knows what Jimmy's strengths are. So I honestly think he's going to have something dialed up for Jimmy, knowing what his strengths and weaknesses are from being on that staff in New England. And that's what's scaring me. But on the flip, we have Tony Oden, who pretty much developed and coached up Xavier Howard. He knows his strengths and weaknesses. He knows what type of route that can turn him around or he struggles with. So I'm sure he's talking with Kyle about that. But I don't know. I just feel like I think like my heart, like the 49ers, I think the 49ers can beat the Dolphins. I think they can beat them if they score 23. But just in the back of my head, it's saying like, you know, Flores was in New England with Jimmy. He could know his tendencies. So it's kind of like it's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, but Flores is how many years removed from working with Jimmy, vice Oden and Xavier?
Well, Odin's been gone for 2, I believe, and Flores has been separated from Jimmy for since 2017. But still, like, I'm sure he still has tape on Jimmy with the Patriots. Like, you know, it's just stuff like that bothers me. But when there's an opposing coach that knows the strength of a weakness of a player because he was on that staff, it's something like that just bothers me.
So is this something we should be concerned with, guys? A coach that knows the tendencies of your starting quarterback.
Okay, that's a fair question, Mike.
Right.
I mean, obviously you should be concerned because he's gonna know Jimmy's moves. Jimmy's gonna have to come out there and do something that this guy doesn't know. You know, hopefully Jimmy has something a little extra in his pocket. But that's part of football, guys. Like they're gonna play Jimmy. They're gonna try to get at his weaknesses, and it is what it is. You know. That's like saying Tony Oden should know how those DBs play, right? I mean, he should be going to the wide receivers. Look, man, Howard plays like this. I know Howard. That's my guy. That's the guy I had. You know, and he might not know much about Byron, whatever.
Byron
Jones.
Yeah, Jones. He might not know much about Byron Jones, but he definitely knows Xavier Howard. So him being a lockdown corner that he is, I think he's going to tell Kyle. That was my question. Can I get back to that question I had a long time ago? Question is this. Xavier Howard, lockdown corner. Got it. Coming off an injury. How does Kyle Shanahan like to attack these lockdown corners that are so-called lockdown corners?
Well, the best way you go against a lockdown corner is you move the receiver where the corner cannot get his hands on him, so the receiver can get a free release. So what is that? That's Kyle's strengths, the pre-snap motions. You have to shift your whole defense from right to left to right. So that's how I think Kyle's going to get around that. As far as, you know, at the line of scrimmage, them coming up or like getting in their face or digging in their pocket if it's a go route or whatever route they run, being in their hip. So Kyle clearly has the advantage in that as far as his pre-snap motion game to try to stop that or prevent that from happening.
The reason why I brought that up, and I know everybody else is going to answer, is because I'm trying to think of some of the other lockdown corners we played against. Ramsey. I can't think of any other lockdown corners. Maybe Darius Slay. We did pretty good. I think the 49ers, well, not the wide receivers in a sense, but I think the 49ers do pretty well against these lockdown corners. So that's why I brought that up. Wanted to know what you guys thought.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really more to touch on. I mean, Tony pretty much touched on it, so.
I don't know. When it comes to, I don't know, lockdown corners is like, never mind. I'm not going to say that. I think we're all right. I'm going to shut up. I think we're all right.
The biggest thing that scares me in this game is our defensive backs and their play. Because Ryan Fitzpatrick, if you get the Ryan Fitzpatrick or Ryan Fitzmagic, whatever you want to call him, they'll throw the football all over the place. And that's why that Seattle-Miami game was so close, because they were just battling it out through the air, both of them. You know, their secondary in Seattle is not good at all, right? Their safety's good, but they're also down guys, right? So I think I don't even think Jamal Adams played that game, which, whether he's good in coverage or not, he still is a difference maker on the field. But, they threw the ball back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They were just walking up and down the field on each other. That's where I get a little bit worried is how well are we going to get to Ryan Fitzpatrick, and how much of a passing game is he, like, established passing game is he going to have against the secondary? Look, obviously we don't have our corners out there, right? We're into our fourth, fifth guys. So that's a little worrisome for me with that game.
I get you. I mean, it's only right to be concerned about our corners because they're the most inconsistent part of this entire team. There's been a lot of turnover at the running back position. There's twice as much at the corner position. So I understand what you're saying. Yeah. And no matter who starts this week, with the two names that we know are out, with the three names that we know are out, it's a new combination of starting corners. No matter how, and this is week 5, guys. We have not had the same corner starting the game. Like it's a big
since week 1.
Huh?
Since week 1.
Yeah. So
and we are what in pass defense again? Just want to know.
3rd.
So shut up.
Exactly. Well, wait. Now that's something that we
got this.
That's what I'm saying.
We got this.
Why aren't we bragging about this? Why aren't we bragging about this, man? Like,
I'm not bragging about it because the offenses that we played were not putting up a ton of points this year.
Whoa, now Nick is going deeper. We ain't playing the Seattles.
We're not playing the people that can throw the football all over the place. We played, Arizona, what did DeAndre Hopkins do to us? Right?
We played one decent passing team.
One decent passing game.
Go ahead, Nick.
Then you go to the Jets. They couldn't do anything. All their receivers were down. Then you go to the Giants. Their receivers were down. And so, I don't hold that number 3
Eagles
right
didn't
now.
have a single starting wide receiver, right?
Right. So I don't hold that number 3 right. Yeah, it's an NFL team, but it's also not. Not the Tampa Bay offense. It's not the Miami Dolphin offense with a Devontae Parker and a Preston Williams and a Ryan Fitzpatrick who can throw the football. Then you go to Russell Wilson and what they have.
The Jets put up 17, 13, 7, 28. All right, let's go to the next team.
Yeah, but go to passing, go to yards. We played them without their 2 top receivers.
Nick is in his bag, yo. Y'all better stop messing with Nick.
He's just spitting facts.
I know he is. He over there dropping mics on us. Let's go.
You can score 17 points, but you got to also think about, last week they I don't want to say battled out, but I was thinking about Miami. You look at the Giants last week. What did they do? I mean, they're the Jets haven't done shit either. And that's just speaking facts. That's not saying I hate on my team, but we also got to look at the true facts that we didn't play anybody with receivers. And when we did, DeAndre Hopkins did us dirty.
And we only gave up 24 points.
But I'm saying to receivers, we lost the game too.
Yeah, we lost the game because we couldn't stop a motherfucking midget quarterback. We couldn't stop the quarterback. Even though
it wasn't just Kyler Murray.
It was just that. If that cat wasn't extending those plays, Hopkins wouldn't have been able to do what he did. Hopkins is going to do what he does because he's just Hopkins. We know he's probably one of the best receivers in football. But we've shut down great receivers before. Not this season, because we only played one.
Right, but that's the fact.
But you still got to give credit to a beat freaking up secondary that's coming in here, still holding it down. It doesn't matter. Dude, you got Dante Dookie Johnson out there breaking up passes.
And not to mention without our pass rushers.
With no pass rush.
But you also have to look at what those guys were going up against.
I get what you're saying.
They were going up against 2, 3-tier wide receivers.
And our 2, 3-tier DBs did they thing, Nick?
Right, but it's all. But that's you're arguing my point. I'm talking about we haven't faced any competition.
But we don't have competition. Our defense is depleted in the secondary. None of our starting secondary is.
Let me ask you this: if we were playing with what we are playing right now against the Seattle offense, or a Tampa Bay offense, would we still be number 3 in the league?
We don't know because we ain't played them yet.
But
I
going by
know. I
offense.
know. I'm not. Nope. I know. The answer is no. We would not still be number 3.
Why not?
Because Seattle's offense putting up more points than these guys that we've been playing against, and you know that.
It's not that I don't know that. What I'm trying to say
that was Nick's question.
But my point is that this 49ers team or DBs somehow play up to their level of competition. I get that the Seattle's offense put up points. They ain't put up that much points against the Jets. I'm not the Jets, the Dolphins. And they had the same freaking guys. Now, don't get it twisted. What's that guy? I can't remember his name, the rookie last year. He did his thing, but you also got Russell Wilson just extending plays. It's so different. And Tyler Lockett, they did their thing, but it wasn't like they scored 50, 30 points against the Dolphins, who was ranked 28, 26. I'm just saying we're ranked. We're ranked 3. I got you. That's a fact. We haven't played a team like the the Seahawks or the who else is scoring a lot of points? What's the Green Bay? Green Bay. We're not Kansas City. We're not playing those guys. I got you. I get it. And Mike, you're right. If our DBs had to go up against those guys, we probably would give up more points. But I feel like that's like an ignition to our offense to go out there and score as well. We see what happens when we got to play a keep-up team or keep up with a team. Like the offense somehow steps it up. So with Jimmy B back, with this the same defense, and Nick, I am 100% as worried as you are about the secondary. Don't think I'm giving them their flowers, but they're ranked number 3, and they need to take that ranking and continue to build on it. Is all I'm trying to say. We rank number 3 for a reason. Who cares who we play? We play NFL competition. So
Breezy, but who we play, you can't say that.
I'm just talking about using it as motivation, Mike. I'm talking about them using that number as some type of motivation to continue to play well. They might outwork because of talent.
So you're saying like when they go into the locker room, guys, look, we're depleted, but we're still number 3 in the league.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. That doesn't mean that they should be 3.
Right. Because obviously if you played all the best passing teams, you're not going to be ranked that high. Exactly. I get what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just worried to see because I'm not giving the defensive backs right now that much credit because of the talent that they've played. They've matched up perfectly with their talent because we've played teams with injured wide receivers for the last 2-3 weeks. Well, we played last week a Philadelphia team that only had 1 receiver practice the entire week, right? So now we're going into this week with a Devontae Parker and a Preston Williams. 2 legit receivers. So we'll see if they're really ranked 3 this week or not. Like, that's where I'm worried about. It's just you got to play. Look, I understand it's NFL team, but we also got to understand it's a big difference if they're running out their guys in our starting corners, where we're running out 4 and 5 guys to their 4 and 5 guys.
I know a lot of people have been saying this, but we were injured too. I know this sounds like a cop-out, right? But we played against really bad offenses with our 3rd-string defense also. Like, does it even out? Does it even out if it was starters against starters? You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to give up more because it's our 3rd string, right? So maybe it would have been even worse if it was our starters. I don't know. It's rough, man. What a season to call. I don't know. Here's what I do know. I just did some math, okay? Vegas has that 49ers as 9-point favorites in a game that they expect to score a total of 50.5 points. That tells me that Vegas has the final score 29-20. Does that score sound about right to you guys?
You said 29-20?
Yes.
Yeah, that's only 3 points more than what I think that the 49ers would give up. Because, I like this number. I like the numbers 13 through 17 for some reason. I don't know why. That's what I think we give up. But 20 is an extra, another field goal or whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Maybe garbage time stats or something like that.
Right. And that 29 is 1 point above our average.
Mm.
That we were, than what we were averaging before last week.
Right. Okay. All right. Anybody else? What are you guys' thoughts on this, man? Again, Vegas has the game at 50.5 total points. So then what I did was subtracted the 9 points that we're favorites. Okay. Once you subtract those 9 points, that leaves you at 41.5, and then you divide it by 2, so it's 20.75, and then you give the Niners the 9 points, it's 29.75. Let's just say 30 to the remaining score of 20.75. Do you guys think that's about the right score?
I don't, and it's not because of talent. It's not because of anything else. I think it's because of the bad loss last week, and I think this is a game is a must-win game for us.
So you think we covered the 9 points?
I think we cover it. I think it's easily like 28-10, 28-17.
I don't see the 49ers giving up more than 17, bro.
Let's go. But you think we score, though? It's not just that. We got to put up some points.
I think
these guys get back in the groove.
I got 31-17, man. And we giving score predictions right now?
I mean, you don't have to. I don't know who's going to be here tomorrow, but I like your energy. Come on, man.
Look, you called it last week with the Eagles game, right? You were talking about, look, this team is really, they're desperate. They're desperate for a win. Look, I know it's only week 5, but we're 2-2, last in the NFC West. These games are starting to mean way more each week. They already mean a lot.
Mm.
And we're going into a stretch now where we got the Patriots, the Seahawks, the Rams, the Bills. Like, we're going into a stretch that we need to pull out wins right now. Word. So, look, you can call it desperate. You can call whatever it is. We've been injured. We're getting healthy. These guys have to come out and play, man.
They better go punch somebody in the throat.
Mm.
Your chances of catching up in the NFC West, going down 3 games, does not look good.
Talk your shit, Nick.
So this week, I think they're going to play with a different chip on their shoulder. I think they're going to play with a different attitude, a different hunger. And then also it's going to bring their spirits back with getting guys back. Because I don't care what people say. This team is tight-knitted. But when you're down a starting quarterback, a starting running back, 2 starting corners, 2 starting defensive linemen, you're going to get some production from those guys, but you're not going to match the production that's there. So it takes a little bit of wind out of you. So now that they're getting healthy again, it's going to be like, all right, look, we're only 2 games back. We're getting healthy. We got to do this. Let's do this, blah, blah, blah. And you do, your motivational talks or whatever you want to do. But this, to me, I said it against the Giants was a must-win game. I said it against the Eagles. It's getting worse and worse as a must-win game. So I think they're going to come out and play with a whole different attitude.
Preach.
I'll let Tony go next since I know he's want to get out of here.
Go ahead. No, you can go because I'm thinking about what I'm going to say.
Okay. So I'm sure that they're going to, I agree, they're going to come out with a chip on their shoulder because of what happened last week and how things went down, and they want to play better. I foresee that the Dolphins are probably going to test that weak corner side, or what I would presume is going to be a weaker corner side, right? The passing game. But I'm actually more concerned with their running game this week. They have, I think they're going to come out with Myles Gaskin. And they got Breida.
I like that kid too, by
they
the way.
went and traded for Bowden, and I think that they're going to utilize that guy in their running game. That's not our best part of our defense right now.
There's one other guy that 49ers fans should be familiar with that they just picked up, and that's Salvin Ahmed.
Oh, Ahmed, yep.
Yeah. He ain't played an NFL down in his career. I ain't worried
Bro, Matt Breida only has 22 touches over there.
I ain't worried about no Salvin Ahmed. I ain't worried about Matt Breida neither. One thing the 49ers know how to do is stop the run. They can't stop the running quarterback, but they can stop the run.
Look, I'm just saying it's another look.
What I don't know that they can. They used to.
The one guy, look, they have some issues with trying to figure out who the guy is over there.
I do like Gaskins, though. I can't front. I picked him up on my fantasy team. That little mother sucker run hard.
Yeah, he does.
Yo, he does. I can't front, but he ain't running hard against this D. Pause. God.
But look, Myles Gaskin, look, he's no slouch, right? But that's why I'm saying, like, Brian, you just mentioned these other guys, right? And then I'm just saying you got to throw that guy in the mix now too. You don't know what he's going to be doing because they obviously need help at the running back group, and we may see him in a Dolphins uniform. He may end up taking over snaps that Matt Breida got not because of speed, because Myles Gaskin is that guy too, but taking that because he can do it all. He's one of those. Look, we've seen him here. It was a Kyle Shanahan guy. He went and picked him up. So it's obviously something that he sees in him.
Now they can't.
Wouldn't surprise me if we don't see trickery with Tua either. It wouldn't surprise me in the least.
Yeah.
Oh, there's definitely a package in for
They
Tua.
have some place for Tua for sure.
The same way we saw Jalen Hurts last week, and I wouldn't be surprised, fellas, if we do see Breida because of his speed. This might be one of those games where they try to get Breida up through that defensive line quick.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that the Niners know Breida better than Breida knows the Niners?
I think the Niners know Breida better than Breida knows the Niners.
All right. Now, think about how many starters aren't there on the defensive line.
That's my
still
point.
feel that same way.
Yeah, because those okay.
It's a different way to look at it.
Right.
Breida likes to get to the edge, right?
And the edge guys are gone now.
They're gone.
Well, I don't know. I still think Kerry can do a fine job containment on the edge.
He's no Bosa. He's
not a blue chip athlete. He's never going to be Bosa, but he holds his own.
Right. It'll be interesting. It'll be very, very interesting to see, man. I don't know how this game is going to go, but Nick, when we do the over-under, I'm begging you, write this down, make a note somewhere. I want you to ask an over-under of how many plays we see from Tua. You can pick the number, and we'll vote on it, but I need you to ask that question because it's going to be very imperative. The Niners are going to win, right? Like, raise your hand if you think the Niners are going to win. I think we all agree that this is a game that the Niners have to win. Look, Nick don't even have to raise his hand. There's a hand raised for him in his background already.
Got it back
Yeah,
there.
he's already got it up there, right? So that's fine. I just, I think we need a convincing win this week. I think we need to know we got our mojo back because our offense is 90% intact this week. I think we need to know that we got our mojo back because we're going to be playing with two of our top four corners this week. We're going to be playing with no defensive line, but our linebacking core will be intact. Our secondary will only be missing two of its starters. I think that we need to have a convincing win this week. If we can't win convincingly this week, I think the Niners are in trouble. That is my final thought for the night. We can go back to Brian, then Nick, then Wayne, then Tony, and you guys can wrap it up. Let's finish with our final thoughts.
Well, for me, obviously, with the road ahead past Miami, if we don't pull off a win, I agree. We got to start looking at this season and how it's going to go because while you can still get to that extra spot, in the playoffs, it's going to be a tough road to hoe ahead of us. You know what I'm saying? So, I have my concerns, but I still think we pull this win out. I don't know that we pull it out convincingly like you want it to be, but I still think we pull off the win.
Okay. I'll take it. I'll take a win. Not convincing, but I'll take a win. Means that I'll have different feelings going forward when predicting how the rest of the season goes. Nick, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, look, I think this is, like I said, a must-win game, right? You just talked about it, Brian. You talked about how if we don't win this game, you can still squeak in with the new playoff portion and stuff like that, but it's going to be a long road ahead. Look, Kyle Shanahan will be 0-3 at home this year if we lose this game.
Woo! That's something we could talk about. That'll be a hot, crazy take.
Right? 0-3. You start getting to the point where you're getting close to the deadline. Where is this team at? Look, we got lucky with the Rams losing. We got lucky with the Cardinals.
Luck, Nick. Why gotta be luck, bro?
Well, I'm saying lucky because we lost games. So we get lucky that the schedule's staying close where we can defend that against the Rams and the Seahawks and things like that. So
I know, bro.
But look, like I said, man, this game, we'll dig more into it game day, but this game for me is a must win. I think the first two series is going to tell you how this game goes. If we can score on the first two series, whether it's a field goal and a touchdown or two touchdowns or two field goals, it's definitely gonna dictate those first 4 series total. 2 on each side is gonna tell you how this game goes. I just have a feeling that way. If we come out gunning and scoring and we just walk down the field, it's gonna be one of those days. If we struggle with that first 2 series, I don't know.
Tony?
Good, you go away. I'll go last.
Well, guys, last week I didn't think we would struggle because I thought that they had the momentum riding with them. I thought they would go in, they were at home. But Mike did mention something cool about, the 49ers coming off of those, Mike or Nick, coming off of those 2 road victories and traveling back home to California and barely beating the Steelers. And then we played a crazy game against the Eagles, a game that, that should have been won. Notice the 2 49ers losses this year, both of those games should have been 49er victories, but of course that they weren't for whatever reasons. I think that pick 6 sealed the deal for the Eagles, and you can say they got lucky or whatever. But going against this Dolphins team, I'm with Nick, man. I think the taste that's in the 49ers' mouths is really bad. It's not like whatever Mike was squirting in his mouth. That was good. Like the taste for the 49ers is really it's really bad taste in their mouth. And I think that they're gonna really come out there. I got you, bro. I think they're gonna come out there and really try to, like bang on this team, bro. If I'm a Dolphins fan or a player, I gotta know that the 49ers are coming out with haymakers. And I better be able to try to haymaker back. They're not coming out with jabs. This ain't gonna be no jabby jab type game, dink and dunk. Nah, they're coming out with haymakers, and they're gonna try to put this game away as quickly and as early as possible. And you're gonna see this all gas, no brakes theme that we've never seen before from the 49ers, right? But I do want to put this tidbit out there. You guys remember that year, and don't be mad, but you guys remember that year the Seahawks kind of I think they went to the Super Bowl, but they sucked at home and they won all their games like on the road. Do you ever remember that season, or is it just me?
No, yeah, they went. What'd they go? 7-9. They got in, right,
bro? They won the West.
Whoa! No, they did not win the Super Bowl the year they went 7-9.
No. They went to the Super Bowl. Is what he's saying.
I don't know if they won or went or whatever.
They went back to back.
Right. I know it was one year they went to the Super Bowl and they won the wild card, right? They won the division, but they had to go on the road to play the Eagles or the Dolphins. I mean, the Eagles, I believe, and from the NFC East, and they ended up going to the Super Bowl that year, if I'm not mistaken. My point is, do we have to win at home to be successful this year? That's my point. That's my question. I mean, hell yeah.
I'll be honest with you. When it comes to the postseason, I prefer to know that I'm going into this with a team that I know can win on the road and in hostile environments. Shanahan has shown me that he is that coach. Mm-hmm. This team has a worse record at home under Shanahan than they do on the road, for better or worse. I want to know that we can go in there and say, hey, guys, we ain't got shit to lose. Let's go play. And whoop somebody's ass. I want that. That's what I want. And for whatever reason, we're 2-0 on the road this year and 0-2 at home. I'm going to shut up and let someone else answer.
I feel that this game, they have to win it. It's just flat out, they have to win this game. There's a couple things that really scare me. Yeah, Jimmy's back. Yeah, Mostert's back. Yeah, this one's back. Yeah, that one's back. But these guys need to get on the same page. And I think the first drive will tell you all how this game's going to go. Because if you take it back to Philly, the first drive set the tone for that whole game. I don't care what anyone says. That first drive set the whole tone. By him missing Bourne, who probably could have went for another 15 yards after that in-cut route. That was one. And Juszczyk. That was a disgrace. You're an NFL quarterback. You have to make that throw. I don't care. You have to make it. So right then and there, that set the tone for that game, and that's why I think Kyle tinkered with his play calling because, listen, he might have saw something in Nick Mullins where he was too jumpy or he's too nervous or the stage was too big for him. I don't know what it was, but it was very concerning, and that's why I think he curtailed his play calling because of that. Because if you can't hit a guy literally on a 8-yard dump off wide open with no one near you, that's a big problem. So going back to this week, okay, there's tendencies going on between the coaching staffs. Who knows this one? Who knows that one? The guys are coming back together for the first time this season. And I just feel that the first drive is going to tell you a lot about this team, whether they're on offense or defense and how they come out. And the second, and another part that I feel that it's really hampering this team at home, there's no crowd. And I'll say it time and time again, that team feeds off a crowd, whether it's offense or defense. So that could be a reason why they're struggling at home this year. And that's it. But I'm telling you now, they're going to come out. If they don't come out aggressive and Kyle doesn't get his rhythm going with Jimmy, I'm not saying they're definitely going to lose, but it's going to be a lot closer than what people are talking about. Like I see projections in this chat. It could be a very tight one.
You know, there's something that's been bugging the hell out of me, and that you guys been saying, and it's like, you know, we're talking about Nick Mullins missing juice, right? And that was a semi-harder throw than what I'm going to say. When the hell has Jimmy Garoppolo been able to hit Tevin Coleman in the flat, wide open? We're all acting like he just does it all the time. Jimmy Garoppolo missed so many flats to Tevin Coleman wide open last year that should have been touchdowns and completely overthrew him. So we're sitting here saying that Jimmy Garoppolo can make these throws, but I haven't seen him do it either.
Now you're saying flat, like almost like even with the line of scrimmage?
Where they come out of the backfield and they're past the line of scrimmage. Jimmy Garoppolo overthrew Tevin Coleman like 4 times last year. That should have been walk-in touchdowns.
That is a tougher throw than throwing it down the field, believe it or not, because that is on you have to lead. Either you're leading the running back, and if you don't lead him and you throw it over, he breaks his stride. Because on those designed, like it could be called like a swing pass, where he literally swings right out of the backfield. And I don't know if you guys remember, who was it? Ricky Waters, when the Niners played the Cowboys in the NFC Championship game. When he came out of the backfield and exploded down the line of scrimmage on a swing route, Steve Young put that ball 3 yards in front of him. So he was able to catch that ball in full stride and go. That route, that's the ball placement for that route. You can't throw high. You can't throw to the numbers because it's going to break him off stride. So where the use check throw was, it was literally on the seam, on the hashes. All Nick Mullins had to do, he looked. I don't even know how he was wide open because he stared him down the whole friggin' play. All you had to do is just throw it. Like it's not a hard throw.
And I'm not saying that he didn't make a bad throw, but I just can't sit here and say that.
But that hasn't been the case this year, Nick. Like Jimmy's been really good throwing to running backs this year, or backs, I should say, because if you include Juice, he's been really good. He had 9 completed passes week 1. He had 7 in week 2. Like Jimmy has been really good to backs this year. I understand what you're saying in the past. This year, that's not
right.
That's not
I'm just saying, like, we're holding this so far. I mean, look, Nick Mullins had a horrible game, horrible throw, and I'm not sticking up for him. I just want to see more from Jimmy in that nature, as in those, because I can remember, like I said, last year, I haven't really seen that play this year to where, you know, they're both rolling out the same way and leading the running back where he's completely wide open down the sideline. I haven't seen that play. I've seen running backs go, you know, to the flats, quick like screens basically, and then I've seen some across the middle. I haven't really seen that swing pass from Jimmy Garoppolo this year to a running back. So, but I'm just saying, like those two are like, to me, like, look, this isn't no bad take on Jimmy Garoppolo, but this is also, I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm not going to praise Jimmy Garoppolo for something when I haven't seen him do that either this year. So in those phases, so.
And I asked for this comment to come up because I absolutely hope that is factual. I hope that that's what happens, because when Jimmy gets put in that situation, you lose.
I agree. I think teams might drop. Boom. I think that teams realize that when you say, hey, I dare Jimmy to beat us, the Niners like, yeah, okay, challenge accepted. And we win those games. We really do. We win those games. You overcommit to the run, Jimmy Garoppolo makes you pay for it. Those are the games where he hits 7 or 8 different targets. You know what I mean? Like, those are the games he spreads it out there and he just looks like a god. Ask the Cardinals in both games about that last year. Like, that's what Jimmy did in those games. They said, we're going to take away the run games. That's when Jimmy throws for over 400 yards and 4 touchdowns in a game. That's exactly when he does it. So I hope that comment's right. I see what you're saying there, man. I think we're going to be good. We have more breakdowns to do later on, guys. So we're gonna pick this up where we left off. We have the crossover show that is coming tomorrow, along with the fan interaction. So we want to hear from you guys. Make sure you guys are locked in and tuned in. Do we have time set for those shows yet?
I believe 4 p.m. and 6 p.m.
4 p.m. and 6 p.m. Okay. So make sure, and that's Eastern, by the way, if you're watching.
Yeah, 6 p.m. is the crossover show. So that's the time I could get him on. So he's only going to be on for like 15, 20 minutes. It's going to be a quick one.
So if you're on the West Coast, 1 in the afternoon, it's going to be your time to jump in, chime in, and speak your piece, text your piece, whatever it is that you have, man. That's when we're going to break it down there. All right, go ahead, Nick. Read this comment and let's take it home.
Mike said, I ain't reading no comment from Symmetry.
Nah, you know what he did to me.
Nah. Appreciate you, man. $20 donation. He says, our losses have been self-inflicted. Our wins have been earned, regardless of the competition. We will win. Book it. Hook it. Cook it. Juice check is the X factor. Fitzpatrick finna get baptized. Hashtag no squirt. Yo, I should have had Mike read this. So he could have hashtagged. He would have
Mike pre-read it, Nick, before you read it, bro. That's why he asked you to read it.
Oh.
So he read the no squirt. That was the first thing he read.
Hey, listen, I don't bet on the Niners, but we have a segment where we do a my bookie segment and we make a card, right? Do you guys think the Niners win this game by 9 or, well, let's say 10 or more?
I do.
We have to win by 10 in order to beat the spread.
I do.
I think we do, but I'm not betting on the Niners. I'll never bet on the Niners.
I don't bet on the team, but it's 9 points is a lot of points in the NFL.
Yo, I'm going to tell you what. I bet on the Niners last week. And what I did was, in my bookie, I bet the 7.5 points in the first quarter. I wouldn't have won that bet in a parlay if they didn't go for 8. If they didn't go for the 2.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because you didn't win that, but that's right. I forgot they got the 2-point conversion.
Right, so that kept me alive in the parlay. I won the second part of the parlay. And then the third part of the parlay was the 49ers scoring at least 20 points or 26 points.
You lost.
And I lost. That was the last one.
God.
For $252 on a $20 bet, I had a 4-game parlay, 4 games.
And what's crazy is, had they scored on that touchdown at the very end,
I would have won.
Oh, Vegas knows some shit, bro.
Yep.
They be knowing, man.
I would have won by 1 point.
You know what I'm going to do? I don't watch a lot of college football, but I'm gonna do something for college tomorrow. There are some games I'm looking forward to. Eric Crocker posted a very interesting tweet about some corners coming up in this game against Arkansas. So I'm gonna watch that game because I think the Niners are going to be looking at secondary pieces for the first 3 rounds of next year.
Oh yeah.
So I will be watching that game. I can't wait to see how it plays out. But guys, it's going to do it for tonight for us here at Nothing But Niners. What's he showing us over there? Let me try to bring him up. Let's blow him up here. There he is. Oh, you know what? Get that off.
Yeah, he brought
that dang screen. What the F? I wish I could have seen that before I clicked that damn button, man. Hey, I'm out of here. Y'all end the show. I'm going on mute. Y'all end the show.
Nah, seriously, guys, check us out tomorrow, man. We'll be bringing you a fan show at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that's 1 p.m. Pacific. Don't ask me over the pond because I can't tell you that. I don't really know. But yeah, 4 p.m. tomorrow.
That's 9 p.m. over there. 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. They have two.
Yeah. Fan show, 6 p.m. crossover show with Doug from Dolphins. That'll be a quick hitter, like I said. Pause. 15 to 20 minutes. But yeah, guys, make sure if this is your first time here, hit that like and subscribe button and check us out on all the social media avenues as well. Check out Sizzling Sundays tomorrow too.
Sunday.
Or Sunday, yeah, Sunday. Sizzling Sunday.
Is it the fan show or the crossover first? I missed that.
Fan show.
Oh,
Fan show first.
Fan show first.
man.
Crossovers at 6 p.m. So
Prepare for glory. Because Mike ain't speaking no more, yo. Y'all done scored him out. He's out of school.
Come on, let's go. Brian, you got anything else? You good?
No, I think we're good.
Go ahead, Mike. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
All right, man. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you, Nick, for doing the conclusions there. That's going to do it for us here tonight. Thank you all for checking us out, man. We really appreciate you guys. Make sure you're locked in, subscribed in. We are less than 50 subscribers away from our 3-person giveaway, guys. I can't wait.
I got some extra accounts from Mike. I'm gonna be that 50th.
But it's not about who the 10,000th subscriber is.
I'm gonna be that. Oh,
you can be that person, but we're gonna select 3 random people.
Oh, well, F you then. I'm not
That's what I'm saying. So there's no need of you to create extra accounts. We want to get the real 10.
I ain't got to create. Oh, don't try to say what you calling me fake, my guy.
If you're gonna go out there and create extra accounts,
I was gonna create. Fake. I said I got because I got.
So you already got the fake ones.
I got Sizzling Sunday. They're not fake, but I got Sizzling Sunday, Under the Spotlight. These are my channels. You trying to call me fake?
But you not watching our shows 4 or 5 times.
I can't. I got one. It's one me. I'm on the show.
That's my point.
I'm out, yo.
Why are we arguing about this? What are we arguing about right now? I don't even understand where we were going.
I just wanted to be the 10K.
We are this close to 10K subscribers, and as soon as we do, we will post a very special video announcing it. And within that video, you have to comment. I don't care if you just put a letter. You must comment. It doesn't have to say anything in particular. It won't be that you have to answer a question. Just comment anything that you want, and we will do a live random selector for 3 people on that show. And each one of those people will be able to pick anything they want that's 49ers memorabilia, paraphernalia, or whatever. Any kind of 49ers apparel. Shut up.
Paraphernalia.
Fix your face. You can pick.
I was like, wait, what?
I've seen 49ers bowls and stuff. Okay, it's legal in certain states. I've seen Niner bowls.
I just wanted to make sure I heard what I heard. That's all.
It's actually on my vote card. I have to send in. It's actually on my vote card for New Jersey.
A 49ers. Oh, a bowl for
to legalize.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So it's legal someplace. Look, paraphernalia. Yes, that is a thing that can be legal in certain areas. Okay. So whatever it is that you guys pick, we are picking 3 people as long as you don't exceed a certain amount. All right. And we will get you custom jerseys or anything else 49ers related that you want. It could be from our website, from anywhere else. 3 special people once we hit 10,000. I got a feeling, guys, we're going to hit it this weekend. So
I think our last giveaway was 5,000 halfway. I think it was last 5,000.
I don't remember what it is, but this one I am very anxious for. Okay. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always
remain faithful.
Happy birthday, George Kittle.
Get out of here.
Peace. Mute Brian.